Y'all ready for some country fried steak and gravy? Well, let me show you how I do it. I'm starting off by laying my steaks down on some parchment paper. Once I get it down, I'm going to lay another piece of parchment right on top. After that, I'm going to take my meat tenderizer, the flat side, and start beating my steaks until they're flat. And once they get flat, I'm going to remove that parchment paper and then flip it over to the other side, the side with the teeth, and then I'm going to start tenderizing my meat. After I'm done with that, I'm going to add in some Canadian steakhouse blend, and then I'm going in with some Kinder's buttery steakhouse, then some garlic powder and some onion powder, and then a little bit of thyme. I'm going to give that a mix, and then I'm going to start adding it to my steaks. Now I'm going to season the top of my steaks. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to flip them over. I'm going to take my meat tenderizer and tenderize the other side. Then I'm going to season that side as well. I grab me a bowl. I'm going to add in some milk and some eggs. And then I'm going to mix that all together. Next, I'm going to take those steaks and I'm going to put them steaks into that bowl. Make sure I mix it in real good. Then I'm going to grab another bowl. I'm going to add in some flour and the remainder of that seasoning. I'm going to mix that all together. Then I'm going to pour it into a baking dish for easy battering. I'm going to bring my oil up to temperature, and then I'm going to start dipping my steaks into that dry batter and dropping them into the pot. Now while my steaks are cooking, I'm going to start on my gravy. I got Brenda right here. She's already heated up. I'm adding in some oil, and then I'm going to add in my onions. I'm going to saute those onions until they caramelize. Then I'm going to add in some flour, and I'm going to cook that flour until it turns good and brown. And then I'm going to add in my water. I'm going to stir that up until my gravy starts to thicken up. And once it gets good and thick, I'm going to start seasoning. So now I have some salt right here, some pepper right here, and some onion powder. That's all I'm adding. Why? Because that's all I need. So next I'm going to give it a good stir. And now my steaks are ready. I'm just going to go ahead and remove them and let some of that oil drain and then throw them into that gravy. One by one into that delicious gravy. Then I'm going to start flipping them over just to make sure I cover them well with that gravy. And then I'm going to let them simmer on low for about 10 minutes. Now let's plate it up, y'all. I got my good old mashed potatoes right here. I'm adding my country fried steak and gravy. I'm adding some good old sweet peas and some homemade biscuits. Now y'all look at this masterpiece right here. Whoo-wee! Now y'all know what's next? I got to give it a taste. That's good right there.